Hi everyone, very good morning. Starting with one of my favorite quotes on digital transformation. It says that there is no alternative to digital transformation, right? And visionary companies, visionary organizations across public sector, across enterprises, they're always carrying out strategies in terms of how do they curb their digital transformation. And those that are not able to do, they are bound to fail, right? Good morning, everyone. Again, this is Vijaya. I lead the South, North, and East State and Local Government Business for AWS, based out of Bangalore. What we see in India and the world today is a paradigm shift in terms of digital transformation, how the service delivery is happening in terms of digital public goods for the societal good. What has started with a computerization era sometime back, which has only seen in terms of viewing of application forms online or downloading application forms online, has slowly transformed to the digitization era, where we could see multiple processes, be it tax payments, be it direct benefit transfers, or be it welfare scheme delivery, or be it governmental certificates, viewing and getting those certificates online, all be it on desperate online portals. But today, we are in a generation and era of ODE, open digital ecosystems, which is enabling the creation of open, secure, and interoperable digital public goods, where user-centric and private innovation is enabled. And one beautiful example that comes to my mind is UPI, right? All of us, including the vegetable vendors, they are using UPI at this point of time. So we are in an era where we talk from Gen Z to Gen X. Most of us in this room probably will be either millennials or the Generation X. But all of us, irrespective of the gen we belong to, we are all living in an instant generation era where we want things at the click of a button. We want things to get delivered to our homes. That's the generation we are living. And it's a tough task for the administration, the government, in terms of meeting the citizens' aspirations in this direction. But they are doing a phenomenal job in that direction, is what I would say, in terms of using technology as a buddy, as ally, in terms of creating a progressive and inclusive India. If we look at India's core sectors, there's a ocean change that's happening across. A lot of times there is a misconception that government may not be using technology to that extent that is needed. But I would like to differ there because the kind of transformation that is happening in government today, be it the central governments or the state governments across, is phenomenal. Using of emerging technologies, be it artificial intelligence, machine learning, or you talk about blockchain, augmented reality, virtual reality, government is using technology very, very effectively. And if we look at education, all of us have seen how education has transformed over a period of time from a physical, complete classroom environment to a complete online virtual environment. We all survived that, and from there we are in a hybrid world today, taking best out of both the worlds together and marching ahead. And in fact, the National Education Policy 2020 also lays a huge emphasis in terms of how technology can be used to deliver the quality education to a country of our size and population of our size. When we look at healthcare again, if you take Ayushman Bharat, the 6 digital pillars of ABDM, be it creation of a unique health ID to every citizen of the state, or creation of village health registries, or creation of health data lakes and running insights on the top of that, where we move from its age of disease comeback to disease prevention using the forecasting models and predictive analysis, to telemedicine, to teleradiology, to e-pharmacy. Technology is playing a very, very integral role in terms of scaling up and delivering healthcare to a population of our size and scale, 1.3 billion population. Delivering healthcare to all of them at scale is not a easy thing to do, right? As a country, we should be proud about that. Of course, there's a lot of headroom in terms of improvements. That is why we are all here today in terms of brainstorming what else can be done in the top of what is already done. Agriculture is another sector, of course. Agriculture contributes 18% of country's GDP, But this is one sector probably, technology is not used to the extent it has to be used. But it is again changing with a lot of GovTechs, AgriTechs giving solutions, right from blockchain-based seed traceability to pre-harvest to post-harvest solutions, with the sole objective of how do they improve the farm profitability and farmer profitability. In fact, if we speak today, there are around 12 national platforms, right? These are all the population scale platforms, and these platforms would have touched the life of every citizen of the country in one way or the other. You talk about Aadhaar, UPI, CoWIN, DigiLocker, Arogya Setu. Out of these, 12 national platforms today, if we see 6 platforms, national platforms, are already running on cloud, enabling the scale that is needed for a national platform. You talk about CoWIN, DigiLocker, Arogya Setu, Umang, eSanjeevani, and API Setu. These are all already running on AWS cloud, and a lot of transformation and the other organizations or other platforms are also looking at this change. Let's look at how do we build an India of tomorrow and how states are looking at digital transformation. I would like to take few examples. Of course, there are multiple examples that are available across the country, but at the same time, let us look at few examples of importance to us. If we take one example from the West, Maharashtra. Maha-IT is the nodal body for Maharashtra, and they are a thought leader and they are acting as a cloud evangelist for the state, with almost 372 plus citizen services getting delivered for 40 plus department. You name it, be it, from tourism department to the skill development to the direct benefit transfer to the payment gateway to SMS pull and push to the citizens. You name the service, most of these are, enabled on the cloud. That's the journey the state has taken. A massive transformation happened already, and, it is again, going ahead. Similarly, picking up one example from God's own country, the land where I am standing now, Keltron, I have great respect for them because it is a public sector enterprise, largest PSC in Kerala, started way back in 1973, and they are giving great services in electronics as well as IT domain. And when they looked at, they had this problem statement of how do they deliver reliable, scalable, on-demand IT infra needs of the state governments without compromising on the data residency needs. They thought that they look at, going a hybrid way, and they took a very, very stringent evaluation process, which started with expression of interest to RFP to technical and commercial evaluation. And ultimately, AWS partner, Star1 IT, has, been selected in this journey, and they have also delivered the AWS Outpost as on 12th Jan 23, and it is digitally unveiled also by the Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala and Honorable Industries Minister of Kerala on 19th Jan 23. So getting best of both worlds, if we talk about that, with the approach that Keltron has taken, they are getting both the best in the cloud as well as, best in terms of on-prem. They are not looking at any capex, but it is all operational expenditure that would be incurred. And it is a single pane of control, right? Single pane of glass through which they get the same consistency, same operational efficiencies, same securities and compliances. Whatever they get in cloud, they are getting on-prem. And applications which have, very low latency needs can be on AWS Outpost, and applications which can tolerate higher latency can run on the cloud. And the Keltron team, as you all know, is very technically capable and, equipped. They're also trained on AWS cloud at this point of time and supported by Star1. Star1 also has a stall outside. Keltron also has stall outside. We're all available. Any questions, we can take it separately, but, they're all available, and, Star1 is a migration competent partner also. And with this, a lot of transformation again is started in Kerala, but it is always a journey onwards and upwards, right? Picking one example from another domain of, municipal administration, BMC, the largest municipal corporation serving almost 12 million citizens, has migrated its complex ERP application onto cloud, and they are reaping the benefits of the same in terms of increased uptime, security, resiliency, scalability, and of course, the beauty is, they are also getting, pay as you go kind of, thing. So a lot of economies of scale, and BMC is also recognized by NASSCOM in the last year as a leader in the government in terms of leveraging cloud for enhancing the citizen experience, right? So multiple examples exist across the country today. These are all only reference customers of us we are talking, because without the customer's consent, generally we don't talk about them in a public forum. But multiple examples exist. While I haven't spoken about CDIT, CDIT is another nodal body based out of Kerala, and they are again doing a lot of good work in the space of application development, e-governance, supporting customers across the country at this point of time. They are very well trained on cloud, and they are capable in terms of meeting all your cloud infra requirements also. Similarly, Telangana e-office, if we take, this is a complex workflow management software used by all the government officers across the country at this point, across the Telangana state. And they went with migrating 2 districts initially as a POC, Manchiryal and Mulugu. With the success they had seen, they have completely migrated the 33 districts and the secretariat workloads onto the cloud. In the interest of time, I'm not talking about these examples, but you take the domain, we would have multiple examples. If I have to pick up utilities, we have MSc, DCL, leveraging cloud and advanced analytics on the top of that. Similarly, we have from a health sector, we have Arogyasri Healthcare Trust, which is giving coverage to the below poverty line families for the critical illness cover. They are also leveraging the cloud benefits. And if we switch gears and look at aviation industry, this is one industry which is hit by COVID along with hospitality. Their sole objective at that point of time looked like how do I make travel comfortable to the passengers? How do I make it contactless, safe, hassle-free? It should be like a walk in the park experience, right? So can the face be your boarding pass? Probably, 3 years back, we wouldn't have imagined that scenario, because you need to carry a boarding pass, you need to carry all your identity documents, etc. But no longer. With the simple download of the Digi Yatra app at this point of time, with the face recognition enabled, you can, get a VVIP treatment at the airport. You just walk in within 15 seconds, you get the entry there, right? Of course, it has been, operational in some airports at this point of time, has to scale across the country. So, when we talk about cloud, cloud gives that beauty of using all the emerging technologies we talk about, be it artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc., across multiple use cases, across multiple state government departments, be it e-governance, or transport, or utilities, or health, or agriculture. There are multiple use cases that exist. For example, if we talk about Amazon Personalized with its recommendations, it can be used in terms of enhancing the citizen experience across all the national and state platforms, right? Similarly, with Amazon Forecast with its forecasting models, it has use cases across health, from a disease combat to disease prevention. With all this predictive analytics that goes in the background, you can prevent which are the areas probably can be affected, or which diseases can be prevalent, and take prevention measures. So from a fight mode, you can go to a prevention mode. Similarly, if you take utilities, again, utilities have always this problem of, matching the demand and supply. So the demand supply forecasting is, one useful intervention for them. So multiple use cases, exist across the segment. The journey is already started, and it is, probably if we say the journey is, digital transformation journey is at 1.0, it is all up to us in terms of, how do we take it to a 2.0 and make it bigger and better, so that, India becomes, a enabled country in terms of technology. And for a population of our scale, that's the only way to go, right? If we look at, again, generative AI, or, cognitive learning or deep learning, all these technologies are meant in terms of transformation, in terms of, automating the life of citizens, automating the life of government employees, so that they would focus on more human interventions rather the manual, repetitive, and common tasks. Let the manual, repetitive tasks be done by technology, and let them do the higher order value tasks, which need human judgment, which need expertise and experience. With that, I would like to conclude, and I would like to conclude with this one note, that as AWS, we have served millions of customers across 170 plus countries as we speak today, and of course, a lot of migration tools are available. So any complex application you speak about, need not worry about that. The migration can be seamless, and we work with almost 1 lakh plus partners globally, with 110 plus partners migration competent certified. As I was saying, Star One is also migration certified, based in Kerala. So multiple partners exist, and multiple startups, GovTechs, Agri-techs are looking at how do they transform the country's landscape in terms of digital transformation. It is our job. I take pride. I'm participating one step, and we are all as a team participating in that one step at a time. And it's our job to make it bigger and better. How do we create a positive citizen impact, and how do we take a generation leap? How do we make it 1.0 to 2.0 with technology, using technology as a tool? I think that's all of our job, and let's do it one, because it's always day one, right? And if we are not doing now, when? The question comes when. So I'll leave it to you, and we are available post this session. Any questions, we can take it. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.